Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rishabh Survanshi. I welcome you all for Bagcampus PowerCamp 2021 Digital Marketing Session. Today, we are going to learn about SEO and Google Analytics. In our previous session, we have just gone with our introduction, in which we learn a lot of things. But let's get into the depth today. So, what's with our today's agenda? So, as you can see on your screen, our today's agenda is going to start with SEO. What is search engine optimization? We will going to learn it in very depth. Then, what is the on-page and off-page SEO? So, we will also discuss out with what is on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and top 10 factors which are going to affect on SEO. And there's we a lot to discuss, and we will be going taking a tour to some various websites. We will cover how search engine works. The third point is meta tags and SEO. We will learn what is meta tags, how we use it for SEO. Then we will learn how to rank at the top on search with Google, right? So various method which help search engine to rank you. Then we will be discussing more on what is sitemap and how it is relatable to Google search. Then we will be discussing more on Google Analytics. So why Google Analytics is important? So as we yesterday discussed only, so marketing with data is just not a good idea. So you should know about the data from where your customers are. For that, you can come up with Google Analytics. And also Google Analytics. So let's learn these all things. Let's figure out all tips. Let's learn it. Let's explore it, right? So let's move. So let's get started with search engine optimization, right? So EO, my screen is. Source of getting traffic for our system, right? Okay, let me check what happened. Presentation. So, as per the Wikipedia, search engine optimization is a process of improving the quality and quantity of website traffic to a website or web page from search engine. SEO targets unpaid traffic known as natural or organic result rather than direct or paid traffic, right? Unpaid traffic may originate from different kinds of searches, including image search, video search, academic search, news search, and industry specific vertical search engines, right? Now we have to discuss more on how search engine works. So if we will come to know how search engine works, we will be able to make it optimize as better as possible, right? So let's move to how search engine works. So search engine, they work on three different functions, right? So about that, first function is crawling. So what crawling is, it look for the code, content, media, whichever possible through the links they find. So basically, as a developer, you will set these links in form of sitemap to Google or any other search engine, and they will crawl it. And let's move to the second one. What they will do? They will do indexing, right? Hope the screen is visible. So they will be going with indexing. So indexing crawled elements are stored and organized. The content received during the crawling and make sure to show as a result, right? So what search engine do is, firstly they got the links, then they search out what is the content, and they try to organize it. And what's the third one? They just rank it, right? Just like how they work. So they will define that what the query is fired by person, and according to that they will show up the web page that is possible, right? So what is a SEO means, what is the basic fundamental of SEO? For example, if we are developers of skillfest backcampus.in, right? So what developers of skillfest.backcampus.in want, user search for you to come up with the first position at skillfest.backcampus.in, right? You'll just go to the Google, you will find the same, right? So this is how the total search engine works. So what we did is we just given our URL map with the sitemap and just Google crawled it, then index it, and then rank it as the first position. Now let's take a tour to a Google search crawler so that we will understand this topic in depth. So if you are able to see on your screen, what I am going to do is search for Google search cursor, right? Google search and then crawler. Okay. So let's see what happened. So I fired that query, and at the first index I found this website, how Google site crawl and index your site, right? So I will just click on this. So you can also check out how search works from here. There it is organizing the data and how search algorithm works, right? So this is what Google search do by crawling its index. Let's go to second URL where we have submit URL tool. So I will just click on this. do today is what is URL inspection tool. Let's also go to that. Also, yes, let's go to what is URL inspection tool. So on your screen, you can see we have opened with Google Search Console where we can inspect any URL. Here it is a help bar. So if you have any question, so you can just ask up here. Then we have this icon, which is user setting. So I just clicked it. I don't want it for now. Hereof we just discussed about user setting. So this is how all emails are enabled. Then we have the third thing, we can describe it various Google apps. But what I want is to go to Search Console back. I can see that I have received nearly 22 total web search clicks. So it was peaked on 16th of August, right? This was the first session time, right? Then we also know what was the coverage. So if there was any error, so there was no error, and all 17 were positive, right? Then we have what is mobile usability, means how many people are using mobiles, right? So this is how it works. If we will go to performance, what are the total clicks, what are total impression, average CTR, and what is average positioning, right? So for example, top queries, all carousel, 4 evaluations, then PowerCamp 2021, then Google Analytics for beginners, React carousel. Like of this, we got some special URLs, right? So if you're able to see that, right? Then what's the thing? URL inspection tool. So I'll try to add some URL of PowerCamp only. So I will move fastly to go for powercamp.backcampus.in/digital marketing schedule, right? And I will paste it here. I click enter. Just showing me retrieving data from Google Index. So let's that URL is on Google URL inspection, right? It can appear in Google search result. So also we can check on view crawl page. So it will show us the HTML code. So if I will go for a screenshot, so let's have take some screenshot from here. So let's do its work. It will take a minute or two, right? So we will So here it shows me some screenshot, right? Bagcampus PowerCamp. If I will click on more info, I will get what is the content type, what was the HTTP response, and page response. So if I click on also, I will click on page is mobile friendly, which is at the bottom right. So let it will take 2 minutes. So wait for it. Today, right? If I will go late, wait for it. Let's go to the another point, which is coverage. So let's go to that point now. So we can see how many issues were there, how many valid entries were there, right? Also, it will show index not submitted in sitemap, submitted and indexed. So I will go to sitemap section and show you. So it will take 2 minutes. So wait for it. So this is the sitemap thing where we can just enter the sitemap URL and submit it, right? So it will show me the last submit date, that was 10 August, right? And it was successfully added with 12 URLs, right? Then what is removals? Let's go into that. It will take again few seconds, so let's wait for that. So we can add some removals, right? For example, we have to remove an web page, we can just add it to removals and it will help us in removing the thing. Let's go to page experience and let's explore that, right? Because of my net is somewhat slow, so this thing is happening. So let's go. We can see that the not enough traffic because last night it is not 90 days, right? Today is just 24/8. Oh, today is 25. So this was last updated. So let's go to that part of core web vital. So we can also try the page speed insight, right? Hope the screen is visible. So let's go to that and let's check what is page speed in inside, right? So let's go to that and check for mobile. So I'm just going for desktop for now. So let me share my screen again. It is taking some seconds. So 84% completed, 85%. And what we are able to see on our screen that the website ranks 99 out of 100. So this is really a great achievement of Team Bagcampus developers. But you can check that more details up here. Where we are lacking, we have served the image in next-gen format. Also, we have remained with the web font, so it is taking few time. Then image element, like we have not given width and height, so this is some problem with that. So we have to change that, right? So it's good to have that. And here is something. So pg.png, this is catch TTL and transform size, right? So you can check about this thing properly. Let's go to check about what's with the mobile. So you can see that our mobile site ranks 76 out of 100. So speed index is very good. Then the first content full paint is somewhat more. So this for mobile means it is not give better site index. If you will just go and check with google.com, it will show very less. Okay, so for example, I'm going with google.com. Hope so my screen is visible. So it will take a few seconds. So let's wait and check. So as you can see that google.com ranks 72 out of 100 while PowerCamp.Backcampus ranks 76 out of 100. So this is what I was just telling you that it gives very less ranking for mobile devices. And let's check for desktop. It should be 99 only. So it ranks 98 while Backcampus means PowerCamp.Backcampus.in ranks 99. So so let's go back to core web vital again, right? So please give me some seconds to. So we just move on to what is the page speed insight. Now let's go to some more things. Hope so you can check it when you will add this. So one more thing, how we add this property. For example, powercamp.backcampus.in. You have to click on here, add property. You can just enter your domain. I think screen is, oh, yep. So you can add up with the domain or URL prefix. For example, I'm adding backcampus.in. Okay. I'll just add here. So I'm adding backcampus.in. Click on continue and let's check that. So verifying property. So basically you have to go for ownership verification and it will be done up with this. Hope so you understand with Google Search Console in depth. Let's move to our further session, right? We just took a tour to Google Search Crawler as well as Page Speed Insight, and there's a lot. So let's move to what is on page and off page SEO. So you can see on your screen that developers take some measures with the website to make the website or web page SEO ready, i.e. it rank better as much as possible, right? So this is just called as a on-page SEO. So how we can rank on a Google or other search engine. So let's get known about this. So for on-page SEO, here are some four things which you should make consider of. So give me a second. Hope the screen is visible. Four things which we are going to consider for on-page SEO: meta tags. Then we have developers measure, then content quality, and what is responsiveness. So a website should open on any device like Android, tablet. There is a lot of devices, right? So this is called as responsiveness. So if you open some website, it shows a website is going anywhere else. If you open on your mobile, right? For example, if you will just go for a scholarship of Maharashtra, the website is not mobile friendly, that type of thing, right? So you should make it responsive to have a greater SEO, right? So in the web development, we have discussed how to make website responsive, how to use Bootstrap. So if you are not done with your web development sessions, you can go through that, right? Now the content quality. So the content should be of a good quality, right? Such that it can be ranked on Google. Now we will discuss on meta tags and developers measure in brief. Okay, so let's go to that. And meta tag, right? So also we should take a tour to a free meta tag generator to know more about what is meta tags, right? So let's take a tour to a free meta tag generator. Not only one, we will go to two websites, right? Let's start with that. So what I'm searching is a free tag generator. So let's check free media tag generator. So it will take nearly 1 to 2 seconds. So let's wait for it. So you can see some free meta tag generator. So I'll click the second URL, okay, freemetataggenerator.com. Let's check what is this. What I have to do is I have to add a simple title, then I will add something description, then keywords. Okay, for example, I want to just get with this keyword and what robots has to do. So I think it should index and follow. Then copyright, if you have some copyright, for example, Bagcampus, I'm adding something. And language, and I click next. It will take 2 seconds to wait. On my screen, I'm able to see that properly, but on YouTube, okay, let's go. So what I did is I just want it for PowerCamp. So I will just go with powercamp.bagcampus.com. Click enter. Okay, it will take few seconds. So wait. So hope you are able to see on your screen that whatever you are going to put in description, this is going to be put up here by website, right? So there's a lot of thing up here. So you can just visit up this website. The link is metatext.io. I will try to push it on the screen also. So what I will do is I will click on this generate meta text. So it will help me in getting out all the data which I want. I can just copy it and paste it. So this is going to be fun. Okay, you can also check about this website. I will put this website link on screen. So website link is on your screen. So you can just visit up this website and try. Okay, so this is going to help us in digital marketing. You have to add keywords with the previous one, right? So hope you understand with that. So you can just copy and paste this tags and make your website SEO friendly. So let's move to our another point now. So I will now try to repeat this thing. So what we learned is meta tags is a HTML code which provides the information about the content of web page. It is already it is to be written in the head tag only. Then what is a meta title? What is a meta description tag? What is a meta keyword tag? We have just described about it, right? So let's go to our second point of work. That is a developer's measure. So what developer have to keep in mind that they have to use a proper HTML tag at proper point, right? So let's what are the key measures for developers? Let's understand these things. So keep the title length limited to 60 characters. If you are using the metatags.io, it will just inform you that character length should be 60 character. Then use the primary keyword frequently, right? Then write a good quality of content that keeps the reader interested and engaged. If the customer will be engaged, then it will be better for the ranking of website, right? Then we have using of h1 tags, and we should add at least one times the primary tag. Okay, for example, for me the primary keyword is internship, so I should put in the website that you can find the internship here, right? Then use of h2 tags properly, right? So you have to use of each and every tags properly. So let's move to our another point of discussion today. So it has the 10 factors which affect SEO. So please give me 1 second, okay? So if we are going to start with 10 factors which affect SEO, okay? So first factor which affects is a meta tag. So we already discussed that it is a HTML code which provide information about the content of web page, who is the author, what is the title, what is the description, and there's a lot of thing. The second point is the content. The better content helps user engagement and it will result in a better SEO, right? As I discussed just before here on developers major, right? So let's go with the third point. What is the third point? Is a URL structure. Hope it is on your screen. So URL structure is plain, give a understandable file name, give a file name which describe the website. For example, I just added as a DMP schedule Sitemap. Don't go that. So you should go with that digital marketing schedule dot html, right? So this should be your proper file name. So make sure of that. Then a header tag. So this tags helps to identify the heading and subheading of your content. We all know we have completed our development session in which we learned that H1 is a made heading and H2 is a subheading of H1 and so on. So this helps in search engines to read and understand the content better. Try to use strong tag, small tag, right? Then we have fifth point, internal links. Oh, it is on your screen. So our fifth point is internal link. So internal link in an anchor tag help users to navigate through the website. So you should have a navbar as well as footer, and you should put more and more internal links. So this will help not only users but also robots which are used by crawlers of Google. They will also understand what type of links they are interconnected with, right? Then the sixth point is user engagement. Try to get best content which helps in user engagement. So the seventh factor which is most important and which affect SEO is a page length. Make your page as descriptive as possible. Okay, get details in depth. So this will help Google. For example, your web page is just for example, I will consider in VH. So let's consider your web page is in 600 VH. So Google will think that you have not added it in depth. So you should try to make the page length as more as possible, right? Try to give details in depth. Then image optimization, as we see on our page speed insight, you should give attributes like alt, set, width, height to make image optimize and rank on Google image search, as well as it will help in SEO of web, right? Then the ninth point is site map. Hope it is on your screen. This helps in search crawling and let search engine know about URLs present on website, right? And the 10th point, which we already discussed, is responsiveness, because the nowadays search engines are more preferably using the responsive websites, right? So what we are going to discuss in today's session, so we were going to discuss with how to write a good blog, which we discussed indirectly, not directly. Also we can put up a special session on this. Then we just go to Google search console and check about that. We also go to page site indexing, right? Then what is the on page SEO, off page SEO, right? Then we also come to know with how to create a sitemap, what is Google Analytics and how to use it. This is all about all about today's session. So let's go to the further point of discussion, which is site maps. Okay, so you don't know what is XML file. We will try to create one sitemap and upload it. Right, it allows the webmaster to include the additional information about each URL. You can just read out this thing. Okay, and what we are going to do now is we are going to take a tour of a free sitemap generator. There is a lot of tools, okay, on Google which are giving us the free things, right? So let's explore some free sitemap generator, okay, which will help us. So let's start. So on your screen, you can see that meta tag is not allowed. Now I have a free XML generator. So I will just go and search for this. So here it is, the first website. I prefer this one. It take 2 3 seconds to. Just process all the possible web pages, right? So as I can see on my screen, there are 18 pages which have been scanned. So I'll click on view sitemap details. So you can just move on to download your XML site page. So here are various websites which are on powercamp.bagcampus.in, right? So we can also go through that. So just you have to just download this XML file and you have to use it on our Google web browser, right? So that it will list on Google. And for Bing, let's go to thing, right? Submit to Bing. So what I will just search, submit sitemaps to Bing. So let's check. about that also? So I just click on the first website. Okay, so let's see the web page properly. Not responsive currently, so you have to submit. So all instructions are given properly, as well as we will try to make a short video which will help you now to add a sitemap to being, right? So what we will go for now is a Google Analytics, right? Because it is one of the important point to discuss. So here up it opens. So Microsoft Bing. So what I can just do is go to Sitemap tools, or can just submit this, right? So all instructions are given properly on this website. Just go to Sitemap tool. Also, there's a lot of thing up here, so you can read this properly. There's a link called as bing.com webmaster about. So go up that website, check out the things to sign in on website. There is something which will help you to place all of the search engines, your website, your sitemap, right? So we will describe more on that. YOASE.com is one of a great tool which will help to submit all the search engine, also submit sitemap to all search engine. This is also a website which will help us to submit to all search engines, right? So you can explore these things. We lack of time, so let's move to Google Analytics now. So what we did, just we explore some of the free sitemap generators. Now let's move to our another point of discussion, which is Google Analytics. So what is the use of Google Analytics is? So Google Analytics provide us a data about our users, right? So how this works, we will describe it in a very short video in our further session. But currently we are lack of time. So thanks for your huge response to Backcampus events. I am Rishabh Suryavanshi, founder and executive head at Backcampus. Thanks you for your response to our events.